Alive in 3, 2, 1, and fucking here we are, live on fucking Twitch and YouTube for the fucking first time. This is going to be interesting to see how things go. I first of all want to make an apology, and fucking here we are, live on fucking Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, of course I've done. But I decided to forget to mute my Twitch. That was smart. Yes, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I want to...
As you can see, guys, he's such a great person. Very prepared.
Very prepared. Yeah, that's right. Fucking, I wanted to make an apology about our E3 special. I decided to fall fucking ill that day and decided to fucking not feel too great. I had my head in a fucking bucket for the first, what was it, hour of the stream?
That was me talking awkwardly.
Yeah, that was...
Right. Oh, yeah, boys!
Fucking hell. But, look, just to say, I did recap on a lot of things. This whole entire stream is recap on fucking absolutely everything that was announced and talked about this fucking week. So, yes, anything was there anything that fucking piqued your eye out this week that you saw that you wouldn't mind giving a go?
Yeah. Tifa out of fucking Final Fantasy VII's got a nice pair of fucking tits.
Apart from that. Apart from that, Vesp.
I just imagine that girl from Gears of War's got a nice pair of tits too, I guess, and that. I don't fucking know. Fucking Cyberpunk was pretty much the only... I was disappointed there wasn't a Resident Evil, 3 fucking release coming out, but
well,
I guess it'd be too much to expect that. Death Stranding looked pretty good, and so did Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
A lot of the other games was like, it kind of confused me because they're like, but today only, this sign up for Xbox Live Pro or whatever it is, the Ultimate, is $1 only. Went on to have a look at it and it's like $14 Australian, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Bitch, where?
Yeah, we'll see. What was it? When it came to...
And there wasn't a new Switch release either, so I was like, okay, time to buy a Switch.
Well, I'll bring up the Xbox recap, and I'll put that's 42 back to. There we go. That's have a look at with it. Yeah. So some of the things first of all, before we go into some of the stuff I might have missed, is like obviously they showed off the trailer for the new Halo, which actually kind of looks pretty badass.
And there was a Halo on that Microsoft event. There wasn't one when I was fucking watching it.
Yeah, it came on later on in the stream. Obviously I didn't watch it until I woke up after I woke up. But yeah, no, they showed off the new trailer for Halo Infinite, but no gameplay, which kind of fucking sucked. And the game's coming out next year, which I'm kind of a little upset by, because I would have loved to.
It's Halo. Like, there's no fucking difference to what it's going to be. You're either going to be Master Chief or some random black dude because they think it's going to be culturally sound to give it a main cast to a black dude, or an Asian, or a transsexual, or a Muppet. Honestly, I'd love to see Elmo run around in space with an AK-47.
Elmo running around space with an AK.
Yeah. Halo's just gonna be Halo, dude. Like, just imagine aliens and guns. And a dude who sounds epic and probably looks like a ginger. Look like that at me.
I don't know. Well, what else did they show off at Xbox conference? They did show off. They showed off some Psychonauts 2.
Yeah, that was alright, but it also looked like trash, to be honest. It must be in the art style.
Yeah, something else looked like trash too, but we'll get to that when we get to their fucking recap.
Yeah, Gears of War was pretty shit, wasn't it?
I actually don't know. They didn't really show off much. All they showed off was
the Horde mode.
Well, it's not a
with a
horde
bomb
mode.
plant mode.
It was
No, there was a horde mode and then there was a bomb plant mode. It didn't look that great.
oh yeah, the escape mode. Oh, I don't know. Like it's different for the franchise. I like the concept, but I don't know if it's gonna be a hit like horde mode is. Because horde mode was very what do you call it?
Special needs.
What was a staple at the time when it came out, and it was at the time very good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Age of Empires Definitive Edition was also announced.
It honestly looked weird to look at that when I saw it. It didn't look right.
Oh, I don't know. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it.
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. I'm just saying it didn't look right. Like there was something wrong with it. Like a diseased animal. There's something wrong, but you don't know what it is.
I liked what it looked like. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it's good to see that now we're getting like the Age of Empires 2 one. Like we got the first one was a couple of years ago, and it's good to see.
We got Age of Empires 2 not long ago.
That was a remaster, not a complete sort of
Okay.
It's a ground up remake. And the good thing is for that is that they also kind of suddenly announced that they are working on a fourth Age of Empires game, which I'm happy for because it's been quite a long time since we've had an Age of Empires game.
You know, I used to be a massive Age of Empires fan, and then I moved on to Dawn of War because, like, I don't know, it seemed to be more up my alley.
Then again, though, like Age of Empires for me, Age of Empires was the game that got me into gaming. It was the game that got me to play games, love games. So for me, Age of Empires will always sit in a very special place in my heart, like it always will. But obviously we'll see how things will go with it. Then we've got was it Battletoads? They showed us some gameplay for Battletoads, which doesn't look half bad. I know a lot of fans of the Battletoads series are forward to that. They showed off a couple of new trailers for Borderlands at the Xbox conference, Borderlands 3. That's starting to come out to be pretty good. I'm still not 100% sure on the enemies though, like the main villains. They're a bit. It's just they've got big shoes to fill from Jack, because Jack was very, like very fleshed out and very beloved, and it's gonna be very hard to sort of do something like go from that as villain wise, which kind of sucks. They're also doing a Blair Witch game as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that's going to be different, I suppose. And then we've got
me saying you're Blair Witching it will have a new fucking meaning.
We've also got Crossfire X, which I'm interested to see what that's going to be like. It's going to be again first to Xbox One, but I think it's obviously going to probably go to PC at some point. Actually, no, it is a PC game. Crossfire. From memory, Crossfire is a PC game.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a cheap knockoff.
The Chinese remake of Counter-Strike. See with Chinese or Korean, it's one of those dog-eating countries. It's a joke. Oh. They eat cows and, fish.
That's not it. That's not it. Oh, fuck, I guess I'll have a look at it.
You just show the world your porn collection.
Funny. Cyberpunk 2077 as well. They showed that Keanu Reeves is going to be in the new game, which I'm kind of hyped for.
He was awkward as fuck. Yeah, I was cringing.
Oh, it wasn't cringy. It was fucking cool.
No.
Oh, it's Keanu Reeves. Leave him alone. New Dragon Ball.
No.
New Dragon Ball game was announced too, which doesn't look half bad either.
That was pretty good actually. The Dragon.
I'm not a huge fan of Dragon Ball.
Blasphemy. I haven't seen Dragon Ball in 20 years, but fuck, that's blasphemy.
See, when I was a kid, my parents would never used to let me. My mum hate it's too violent. You can't watch that. So I missed out. I missed out on the craze for it. So for me, it's like it's hard.
But I got to watch you and Daddy get in punch ups all the time. Why? It's the same.
Father never actually got no. I mean, I know he did, but I was too young to.
Wait, you clearly remember it, so.
And I remember my mum telling me the story, but anyway. The Dying Light 2, they showed us some gameplay for that, which doesn't look half bad. I'm praying to fucking God that the fucking campaign is better than the last one. My God.
I honestly never finished the last one because I found it almost impossible to get past those freaking nighttime zombies. And it ruined the whole game for me.
See, for me, I love the gameplay for Dying Light. I think the gameplay for Dying Light is absolutely fucking mental. I love it. But the the story for one was pathetic and shit. Like, you got to the final boss scene, it's like, oh, you have to do the final boss by yourself. It's like, me and my friend have, like, played co-op to this point, and we can't finish the whole boss together. And then, as we were going through the last mission, I said to my mate, and he was ahead of me, and, like, in the mission, I said, if this is a fucking quick time event, I said, I swear to God, I'm going to be pissed. And he goes, well, she said, oh, well, yeah, I'll be pissed too. And then he finishes it before I do. Like about 15 minutes before I do. And he turns to me and goes, oh, you're not going to like how it ends. I said, don't fucking tell me that. I said, oh, just wait for it. Just wait for it. And then, sure enough, quick time event for the fucking boss fight. I said, are you fucking kidding? I said, that's the only way they could fucking... What? That's the reason why you had to drag me out of that experience with my friend. I said, really? I said, like, we were having so much fun, even though that the story was trash in the first place. But this is bad.
The whole zombie game aspect was great if they didn't add those fucking stupid nighttime zombies that made it almost impossible to do anything.
Oh, no.
Unless you fucking know life the game. Like, I couldn't fucking do nothing. It was unfun for me.
See, no, me and my friend had no problem with it.
Well, you know, I didn't have friends, so I didn't fucking have someone to help me.
I'm willing to play it
fuck
again.
Fuck you and fuck your friend.
I'm willing to play it again. It's not a bad game. I still enjoy it. Like, gameplay-wise, it's just the story's fucking shit.
Yeah. At least they, stuck it in a different place as opposed to England or America. They stuck it in the Middle East.
Yeah. Elden Ring was also announced too by Bandai Namco. That I'll be definitely checking out because I've always been a big fan of Bandai Namco's games. I've always been a big fan of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Oh, especially Bloodborne. Fuck me, Bloodborne was brilliant. It kind of feels Dark Soul-ish a bit. So I guess we'll have to find out and see what it's gonna sort of entail, I suppose. And again, we got George R. R. Martin writing for it as well, even though he's writing for a fucking game but not finishing writing those fucking Game of Thrones books he needs. So, Forza Horizon 4 had some Lego...
Oh yeah, this is sort of going to be gaming related because it's a porn game. I was on Pornhub the other day, right? And there was Game of Thrones edition, make your own character. And they had like the worst looking CGI Arya Stark. Looked like a fucking Rust character with their titties out. It was sad.
Moving on from that disturbing tidbit.
Go on.
Gears of War 5. It's actually coming to Steam.
Yeah.
I need to look at this. A minute.
Shenmue went to fucking Epic Store.
It is too. It's coming to Steam.
Oh no, boy! Wait until fucking Epic offers a bigger amount of money.
I better fucking not.
Why? It's not like you own the last fucking one on Steam.
No, I own it on fucking Xbox and I own it on fucking the Windows Store.
So what's the fucking matter then? Why do you want it on Steam? There's no fucking point. You don't have any...
Steam, like the problem.
No, it's fucking not. Nothing's better on Steam. Steam's fucking trash. They haven't had a fucking good sale in years. They're blowing smoke up their ass and you're fucking enabling them.
No. The thing is that, like, the problem...
Don't go no to me.
The problem on the Windows Store at the moment, when it came to Gears of War 5, right, is the simple fact that... The 5, it was 4. That the servers weren't fucking good at all. Right?
Well, yeah, well, you're not paying for it, so why would you get the fucking Xbox Live service?
What do you mean I'm not? Well, yes, but what I'm trying to get at is that it's just the servers were worse on the fucking PC version than it was on what was it called? Well, then if it as would have been off like on Steam or something, right? It's just the service was just done very, very poorly. Especially you had to fucking link your Xbox account. You had to have an Xbox account to play on fucking play it on the PC. Like you
Well, yeah, because
you didn't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Microsoft account, Xbox account, Microsoft account, same fucking thing.
Yeah, well, anyway. Ike J says, hey, it's better on Steam. Who's this guy?
Who this guy?
He's the guy that actually really does.
I actually finally came back from the cigarette store, my son. I'm sorry.
Oh god.
I'm sorry that you found out this way.
They talked a bit about Gears Pop as well, even though I'm not really interested in that.
Honestly, I'm actually looking forward to that Minecraft top-down game, that Diablo ripoff.
I'm not. I'm not.
Why?
I've played quite a few like dungeon crawlers in my time. That doesn't look good.
Well,
I know a bad one when I see
Minecraft doesn't. Like, you know, you're probably the kind of guy who says that Diablo 3 is a good game.
What's wrong with Diablo 3?
Exactly, see my point?
Diablo 3 was fucking great.
Not on fucking launch it weren't.
Well, no, launch it wasn't, no, but after
why are you assuming this fucking Minecraft game's going to be bad on launch? You don't fucking know this.
Because 9 times out of... Yeah, alright, who's the player base is going to mainly play fucking the Minecraft game?
Me and some like 12-year-old kid.
Yeah, that's right, some fucking 12-year-old kids. And for like someone like my sister too, which is 10, she'll pick it up too. I mean, like, it's going to be, like, no offense, it's not like, you know, grown-ups aren't going to be able to play, because grown-ups fucking love Minecraft today. It's just, I personally don't think it's going to be any good. I personally think it's just, that there's going to be some problems there. So, I don't know. Yeah, Halo Infinite, yeah, they showed off that, and they also released the release date for it, sometime next year, at the beginning of next year, sometime it's coming out, which I'm looking forward to. New Lego Star Wars, Skywalker Saga, Microsoft.
Honestly, that might be alright. Like, I've never really played a Lego game. Maybe probably 10 years ago I did, but...
Yeah. A new version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that came out fucking left court. That was surprising.
Yeah. We just talked about Minecraft Dungeons, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. That's a game. That's a game series I haven't played yet, but everyone keeps hyping up, saying it's actually quite a good platforming game. A lot of people saying it's actually the first one was actually very good. Phantasy Star Online 2 was announced as well. I did see that, but I'm not really like. I like my JRPGs, but I don't play them often. Which I know is blasphemy, and I really should get into.
I'll be back in a sec, my dude. Keep talking.
Ike J, no Elder Scrolls 6 info. That's super disappointing. Not really. I kind of fucking gathered that they weren't going to talk about Elder Scrolls 6. I really, you know, kind of knew. The one thing I'm actually kind of disappointed with is that they didn't talk more about the new Modern Warfare. I was kind of a little disappointed with that. I was kind of hoping they would show off some more gameplay, but all they showed off was a picture of what the online was going to be like, and that kind of looked like shit. But I don't know. I think Elder Scrolls 6. We're not going to hear anything new on that front for another year and a half or so. So yes. RPG time. The Legend of Rights. Yeah, that's all that. Sea of Thieves. Yeah, they showed off some more stuff with Sea of Thieves. Again, I don't know. 1 second, ladies. Right, okay. Back to the son was chatty. She's screaming outside, telling me he's home from his disco.
Oh my god! Okay, so when you were like saying before when this guy came in and said, "Who is this guy?" What were you saying, I was?
Ike J. I actually know him. It's all good. Just taking the piss a bit. State of Decay
You said
Heartland.
something.
That was new DLC.
Another state of the game.
State of Decay. No, it's
State of the game.
it's a DLC for the sequel. That's all it is. It kind of looks okay. The problem I have with State of Decay games is that it doesn't have a lot to go for it. Look, as much as like they're entertaining games to play for a couple of hours or so, they're not really anything to boast home about, which kind of sucks. Like they don't really have a huge fan base or anything. Like there's not really much to do apart from repetitive tasks. Tales of Arise, that's another RPG from Bandai Namco, which doesn't look half bad. The Outer Worlds, that actually doesn't look half bad. I'm actually really considering picking that up when it comes out because it does look pretty good. 12 minutes. Okay, Wasteland 3 was announced. I've got Wasteland 2. I haven't played Wasteland 2. Really got to sort of pick it up and sort of see what actually play it and see what it's like, I suppose, because I've heard some good things about it. So yes,
I've heard good things about Nico.
What's that?
Minecraft Diablo.
Sake. Right. So could you start off with the next conference that came after that? There's the conference.
Wait, what? You want me to do some talking now?
Just to get started on the Bethesda.
Why can't you do it?
Got to unlock the books. Apparently, I'm deadlocked. I'll be back.
So Nintendo.
No, Bethesda.
Bethesda. Who the fuck is Bethesda? Stand by, guys, while I read this terrible fucking. Oh, there. It's literally just a bunch of links in Discord. Okay. So Bethesda had an announcement. Todd Howard's first thing was Fallout 76. I don't know why he was bothering to do anything about it. He was actually pretty open about some of the issues that Fallout actually had, so at least he's owning that they fucked up.
I'm back.
Okay, cool. Elder Scrolls Blades. They're adding Battle Royale to Fallout 76. So enjoy anyone who's playing that piece of shit.
Yeah, so where are we starting off with Fallout 76?
The first at the top?
Yep. Yeah, fucking right. Talking about that fucking dumpster fire.
Totally not like fucking, it's already a shit game that they're just going to turn. My mate got banned because he was AFK. Yeah, he actually got banned from the game because he was AFK.
Jesus fucking.
Prime.
Yeah, see, now, look, the one thing in the right direction they did do with Fallout 76 was that the Wastelanders DLC, which looks pretty good. It looks like they're bringing back a lot of the stuff that a lot of people wanted in the first place, which is fucking great. When it comes
to... Is this the world we live in now where we got to wait for them to fucking fix the game instead of them releasing it properly in the first place?
Yeah, and then as well too, they announced the fucking they announced the battle royale, and then people are like, "Oh fuck yeah, it's gonna finally we got a fucking game that we're gonna have a battle royale for." Like fuck off. It gives a shit. Like who does? Like no one really gives a shit. Like battle royale is dead now. It just is. It's fucking dead.
Battle Royale's been dead since 76 when it first came out.
Well, it has been. It's just fucking dead. What's the point in fucking bringing Battle Royale to Fallout? No one wants it.
Don't got no naked schoolgirls in it, so, don't want to fucking know about it. Reference to the actual Battle Royale guys before you fucking lose your shit.
Again, what's the point in having it? It's like people were complaining about Borderlands 3 not having a fucking Battle Royale. Like, who cares?
Was it need a Battle Royale? Is that the new fucking flavour of the month?
Well, it seems like it. It just seems like that's the case.
You want Battle Royale, go play with the fucking 8-year-old across the road playing Fortnite.
Yeah, well, fucking Jesus Christ. But
I'll play with you.
I will be giving this new DLC a shot though. I definitely will be. But the Battle Royale, I'm probably going to give a hard fucking pass.
Stream it for the lols.
They announced Elder Scrolls Blades is coming to Nintendo Switch. No one really gives a shit about that.
What's Blades? Is it like a top-down RTS or some shit?
No, it's
Got a full fucking Elder Scrolls.
it's like a mobile version of fucking like Elder Scrolls.
Oh.
It's got an open world and shit in it.
They're fucking really scraping the barrel at this rate, aren't they?
They are. And then they announced Ghostwire Tokyo, which kind of looks strange.
That what's that fucking company's name? It's that MOBA / fucking arena fighter. Bleeding Edge. That's a decent game. Looks right. I love how the fat person's on a fucking pedestal, literally.
They talked more about Elder Scrolls Online 2 this E3, which it's kind of okay. Like some of the stuff they brought out. Commander Keen was announced for the phone game, and that looks again.
Like, are they bringing out the original Commander Keen? Like,
and
are they scraping the barrel that badly? They're bringing out games from 25 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right? And then they showed off another trailer for Wolfenstein Youngbloods.
Oh yeah, does it look any better?
No, it just doesn't. I'm sorry, it just fucking doesn't.
Are we gonna have like awkward sex scenes? Are we gonna have fucking awkward sex scenes like there was in the first fucking 2?
It's just his daughters don't have any sort of fucking like anything going for them when it comes to like story wise. They seem flat and baseless. It's like, oh, your characters just seem one tone. Okay, even though the Wolfenstein games, the main Wolfenstein games, BJ Blazkowicz, even though primarily it was a shooting game and primarily it was to kill Nazis, right? At least him as a character was pretty fleshed out and had a decent story.
You know what was pretty much fleshed out? That Polish chick's pussy after he pounded it so many fucking times we had to listen to it. Fucking hated the sex scenes in that game, man. It's so fucking awkward and out of place.
Yeah, it was a little bit. Deathloop looks interesting.
Deathloop.
Yeah. It's done by the creators of Dishonored. All we really got was that there's 2 protagonists and they're trying to kill each other. That's all I got. And every time one of them die, like they're all under the same thought process is that they've got to kill the other one. They got to kill the other one to stop the time loop, like the Groundhog Day loop.
But it's not working.
But it's not working. Yeah, but it kind of looks cool. I think it might be all right.
Sweet.
They brought out some streaming tech for the Google Stadia. Okay, righto. They showed us some Doom Eternal, which is what I've been fucking wanting to look at.
Oh yeah.
Release date is in November, so that's something that I am going to be fucking picking up to play. That is for sure. It's fucking Doom. I'll have to buy it and play the shit out of it. Oh, Doom's another game that has a very special place in my heart. I've heard some people that were able to get their hands on experiences with it, and a lot of people were saying that it was pretty fucking good, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be like. Now, the next conference, by the way, I know EA's conference was sort of at the end of, as it was at the beginning of the fucking time, but they all they really showed off. Might as well do a quick fucking run cap for that now. All they really showed off was more gameplay for Jedi: The Last Order, which looks okay. They showed
honestly, they are not a fucking cute droid because everyone needs to fucking buy those fucking little toys.
That's true. And then Then they showed off a bit more of. They showed us some gameplay for some of the new DLC they're bringing out for Battlefield 5, which I'm having a fucking problem with because at the moment we've still only got the beginning of the war, right? Skipped the whole middle part of the war, right? Which is the biggest part of the fucking war, and going right to the end of the war.
Yeah, because it'd be too hard for them to pump out the rest of the game because that means they actually have to take their time and not pump a piece of shit out over 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like here's all the early stuff of the fucking World War II, of all the European stuff. Then we're gonna skip all of the Americans that fought in World War II, which was the biggest fucking part and the most important part of the fucking war.
What do you mean? They didn't participate that much in fucking Battlefield 2. In World War II, they only jumped in after fucking Japan bombed them.
Yes, but they still had a fucking major part in the war. If it wasn't for the Americans, they fucking wouldn't have been pushed back at all. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, it's just the whole... The most interesting part of World War II and the most fucking, the most, stories and most, stuff that has come out from World War II, right, has been when the Americans came in, right? The most
but bro, you gotta remember, another company did it. It's called the Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3 series. Have a fucking play of them. They're gonna be a lot better.
Doesn't matter, though. It's just still fucking bad. And then you've also got, like, and then now they're bringing out new content. It's like, oh, now we're doing the Pacific. It's like, oh, okay, so you've skipped the whole middle part of the fucking war, and you haven't even brought in anything to do with the fucking Americans. Which, again, the Americans had a fucking major influence in the war. So it's like, why? It's just why? Like, again, like, they didn't even have any influence of the Australians in the war, and we had a fucking huge influence in World War II as well. Like, it just makes no fucking sense. Just none. Yep. And World War II was around World War II was around the time when we had independence, so the Queen didn't tell us to fucking go to war. We just said, yeah, we're going.
I think we went because we're fucking butt buddies with America, weren't we?
We're buddies with America. We were going to follow them anyway, but still. We had the choice to go or not at that point. Like, not World War One. We had no fucking choice in World War One. The Queen turned around and said, right, you're fucking fighting, and we fought. Actually, no, it wasn't the Queen. It was the King at the time. Turned around and said, right, you're fighting, and that's it. So, like, in World War Two, we made that decision on our own back. Same as every war after that. Anyway, boiling down to it, though, that Battlefield 5 is really not going in the right direction that I want it to, that I'm hoping for, and that's coming from someone that's used to be a huge fan of Battlefield. Not no more now with all the backlash and shit that's happened since fucking that. But anyway, look, we'll see where it goes anyway, I suppose. I don't know whether it's going to be any good or anything like that at all, but we'll find out. We'll fucking find out. I don't know.
Triggered.
Right. Next conference after that was Devolver Digital's.
Oh yeah, did they have any specialness?
It was as fucked up and as fucking, as badass as what the last couple of ones were. It was it was very interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Now, there was a couple of games that showed off. They showed off the Fall Guys. I don't know really what that's going to be sort of about. I kind of gather it's going to be sort of like Marbles on Stream, but except different, I suppose. Which is what the gather I got from that. What else? Showed off... What was it? Carry On. That's it. Carry On was like a horror sort of like platformer game where you played the monster and you were going out killing like you were the monster in like a horror sort of aspect, like movie aspect sort of thing, which I thought was pretty cool. The platforming game. Oh, I kind of liked what it looked like. It reminded me sort of a bit like The Thing, like the creature, which kind of I was interested in. They also showed off Enter the Gungeon, House of the Gundead, which doesn't look half bad. What else? They also showed off that they're going to be doing, that's right, fucking an arcade version of Enter the Gungeon, which doesn't look too bad. They also showed off something else, which what was it called? I think it was called like a Devolver Digital bootleg or something like that. Where it was just brought out a collection of games that are from very small indie developers that they put all in one package, and they're all just like side games or knockoff games of their own products, and it doesn't look half bad, like at all. So they're putting it all in this nice little package. Doesn't look half bad. They did a different thing, different this year though. They didn't do an actual on-stage conference. They did a video. So it sort of worked out very well for them because of how they do their style and how they are very raunchy and how they're not.
That's a big word.
Well, they're very anti-PC, which is what I like. You know, they just throw everything at the wall and whatever sticks, it fucking sticks, really. So it's like they put shit on the fucking, you know, the AAA game industry and shit like that, which is quite fun to see. And the other game they fucking showed off 2 more of, which I've got to pick up when it comes out, which was, what was it called? My Friend Pedro. That's what it was called. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to picking that up and trying it out, because that actually does look pretty fucking badass. That's supposed to be coming out sometime at the end of this month. So I will be probably picking it up to try it out and see what it's like, I suppose. Devolver Digital's conference was only small. Their conferences aren't really... They only show off a couple of... Sometimes they show off something that's pretty big that Devolver does do, and people jump on it, but this year was pretty small. Right.
We're going to watch the video or the conference or whatever.
Well, no, the conference goes for about 30 minutes.
Right.
So, best off waiting. but anybody that wants to watch the conference, though, I did put the link of the article in the chats. If anybody wants to go and watch them, the conference is on the website. Okay, so next up would be Ubisoft.
God, please no.
Well, this was actually kind of an interesting one, I must say so myself. Because I'm actually kind of curious to see how this one will... Watch Dogs Legion. Alright, let's get this off the fucking bat. It looks fucking trash. I'm sorry, but it looks fucking trash. The gameplay looks fucking awful. Right? It just... The graphics look fucking awful. It's like... They're like, oh, people have now picked up on what our games really look like before they come out. So we're going to show off the actual fucking gameplay. But if that's not the case and they still do the original thing, the game's going to look fucking awful. The characters are not fucking interesting. They're just not. You're playing some generic fucking bald dude. And it's just like the whole entire game looks bad.
As opposed to generic black dude from the last game?
Yeah. And so the thing is that people were complaining about generic Aiden Pierce, but I'm sorry, generic Aiden Pierce was actually interesting. I'm sorry, he was...
Well, that's pushing the limit a little bit.
Well, for me, he was interesting. He actually had layers. He actually, in my honest opinion, had layers. He had depth. I liked fucking Aiden Pierce.
Oh, this way he might as well suck his dick at the video.
But again, he's a name I remember. Right? I don't remember the main guy from the second game. And I don't remember the main guy... I don't even know the main guy's name from the first game. The third game, which, again, I've already lost interest. I lost interest that quickly. It's just like, if a game makes me lose that interest in the fucking trailer that quickly, especially for a AAA title like this, it's got a big fucking following, that's bad. That's very, very bad. Like, it just doesn't... Like, it's like they've jumped... Also, it looks like they've also jumped forward in the future, like, fucking 20 years. And it's just like, it doesn't feel... It just doesn't feel good at all. It just looks trash. Did you see the gameplay footage for it?
Nope.
Good, don't. It's bad. One I'm actually kind of interested for is Rainbow Six Quarantine. That actually kind of looks interesting because
The new Rainbow Six, or is that an add-on for Rainbow Six?
No, it's a spin-off. It's a spin-off. So,
Oh.
which is gonna be good. Yeah, because they're bouncing it off their event they had a while ago, the quarantine event they had. So they're bouncing the idea off that because a lot of people really liked the quarantine event and they wanted more of that. So they've decided to make it their own game.
Sweet, because the regular Rainbow Six is trash at the moment.
Yeah, it's not great, is it?
No.
Like I used to really thoroughly enjoy Rainbow Six Siege. Yeah, it's sort of dying for me, a lot of ways.
The
Another thing,
recoil's trash, man. Like, you can't fucking hit shit unless you're like fucking esports try hard, play every day, you get used to it.
another thing they also they revealed was Division 2, all the episodes. What the episode's going to be about, where they're going to be based, and stuff like that.
The only one that matters, and that's going back to New York, is until 2020, guys. So don't even bother.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm a little angry. Look, I'm happy at the fact because, believe it or not, I've actually been playing fucking Division 2 this week, and I've actually gotten back into it again. But I'm a little disappointed we're not going to get anything about Aaron Keener till third episode. I'm a little upset. If they're going to bring him back, they need to set him up with these 2 episodes. They need to set him up. And also, too, if we're going to do this long manhunt, right? I want, like, I really, fucking really want to see what he looks like. At least. If we get that, I'll be happy. But then again, I'm wondering also if we're going to actually get New York altogether as a separate map altogether in
No,
Division 2? No?
no, it's only Coney Island.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Then again, though, like I could see what they could do with the story. They could say, like, look, you know,
Stop justifying it.
What?
Stop trying to justify it. The game's dead, bro. Move on.
Not dead.
Yeah, it is.
No, it
Dead
ain't.
to me.
No, it ain't.
You wouldn't know. You've been fucking playing DayZ all year.
Hang on a minute. No, I've been playing it all week. It's not fucking dead. Division 2's far from dead.
No, it's dead. Uninstall.
No, it's not. Stop saying bullshit. That's not true. It's not dead. The only thing is at the moment is that the matchmaking system nobody's using. The only way to get
It's
people
dead.
actually, no, it's not. The only way to get people into a fucking match that you're currently in is to actually fucking do the backup call. And that's it. People respond. Only people, like, every time I used a backup call, I had a player join me in 5 seconds. So what I will do is I'll start a mission, run into the mission, I'll die straight away, and I'll hit the backup call. That's what I do. It's like, yep, there we go, and then I get a full team of people in, if I wanted to. Well, that's how easy well, not how easy, but the problem is that the matchmaking system and the call system is colliding with each other. So the best way at the moment, if you want to matchmake for a mission, is to probably go in first, die, go back to the beginning, and do a call, and get people to come in. So, but again, look, the player base is not dead. By far, it's not. It's just at the moment the matchmaking system's a little not working as well as it should. They also announced their subscription service, Ubisoft, which obviously I'm not using. I'm just not. Like, there's no real point. They don't really. There's like, I only play like 5% of the games every year. I think the only ones I really play is Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Division, and Splinter Cell, and maybe Far Cry if it's. That's it. And Watch Dogs, I've sort of just gotten away from. You also got Roller Champions as well, which doesn't look half bad. Looks kind of interesting to see how that will sort of go. You also got Gods and Monsters. That was. I'm interested to see how that will go, I suppose, but I'm not really having high hopes. They did show off some more stuff to do with Breakpoint. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm kind of looking forward to Breakpoint. It's something different. As well as to when you have someone like John Berthnall, which when it comes to games like this, when it comes to like military and like espionage and stuff, like, well, SAS sort of like shit, like special forces stuff. When he's involved in that, he always wants to make sure that everything's as authentic as he possibly can make it, and you can see that in like the first trailer they brought out was about a month ago or a couple of weeks ago. And like when people get shot, they'd be fucking limping like wherever or holding wherever they get shot, as they're walking around till they heal themselves, which I think is quite cool. I like that. I like that feature. I think that feature's going to be very interesting to see put forward. I think John Berthnall's character is going to be probably the most interesting one so far. The last one, I knew from the start that the main villain wasn't going to be that interesting. In Wildlands, he was just a generic cartel boss, really. So this one's kind of I kind of like because he's an ex-ghost himself, the character. So I think it'll be interesting to see where they go with that. As long as when they do kill off John Berthnall's character at the end of the game, he doesn't die in a bitch way. That's all I hope.
You know you will.
Oh, I'm hoping not. I'm praying. In the play one, they talked about. Oh, there was another couple of the things that I missed from EA Play stuff. Was it Madden 20, Apex Legends Season 2, blah 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 blah. Fucking that's done. Square Enix's conference was shit. Worst one of the year.
Well, Square Enix.
Yeah, all they really showed off was a bit of Final Fantasy VII.
Tifa's titties.
And a couple of JRPGs that no one asked for.
No, you say no one asked for, but there's actually a large market.
And they showed off Marvel Avengers, which looks fucking trash. It actually reminds me of like the original like Iron Man games. And those games were fucking bad. They were not good games. They were bad. Like the graphics look fucking dreadful for a fucking next gen game, right?
Look at her face! Holy shit!
Yeah, like it's just like they're taken straight from like cartoon versions of themselves, and it's bad. Like the animated, like some of the animated shows and stuff you've watched, or specials and stuff like that, you can buy at like your local fucking shop, right? That are cheaply made with cheaply made animations of like the Avengers or any of the Avengers characters, and that's what it looks like where they got the looks from. But Thor looks like he's from like a cheap fucking $10,000 budget fucking animated like movie they did. Iron Man looks like the fucking Iron Man from the TV show my son watches. Hulk looks, well, Hulk. If you fuck up Hulk, you fuck up Hulk. Just can't fuck it up, but somehow he just looks kind of, he looks like a big green turd. And then you got Black Widow, which the only phrase that comes to mind when I look at Black Widow is, my face is tired. It's like the whole Mass Effect thing all over again. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten much sleep lately. My face is just tired. I'm sure it is. But that's what it fucking looks like. They got like heavy hitter voice actors like Nolan North and Troy Baker. And yet The game looks like shit.
Because that's probably what they spent their money on, Nolan North and Troy Baker.
And like the rest of the game, like it just doesn't look good at all. Like it's all mainly cutscenes. It generally doesn't look good. People are fucking going nuts about it, going, oh, it's fucking great. The game looks awesome. It's this and that. And no. Just stop it. Please look at it from an outsider's point of view, right? Look at the game. Really look at the textures. Really look at how the game's going to be. I guarantee you, when the game comes out, it's going to be repetitive. It's going to be the same. You'll be doing the exact same tasks nearly every single mission. The story is going to feel tacked on. The graphics are going to vary from okay to shit. And the main villain of the game will be probably subpar. Or not subpar, he'll probably boring as fuck. Right? That's it. I'm calling it right fucking now. That's what the game's going to be like. It's going to have no innovation, nothing. It's going to be, it just feels slapped together. And that's it. It feels like a fucking slapped together game that no one's going to fucking touch. It's very awful. Like, just to show, I will bring up the trailer a bit. I'll mute it. Like all the cutscenes look pretty decent, but like, look at, hang on, go back to Iron Man. Right? There we go. Now look at Iron Man, for instance. Right? It's just, he looks exactly like from that cartoon that only just came out recently. He just does. Like, there's no question about it, right?
Mm.
Now, look at Captain America. He just looks like a cheap he doesn't even, a cheap knockoff of Chris Hemsworth, but not Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans. Looks, but cheap knockoff that doesn't look anything like him.
Generic.
It's just
game character number one.
Generic, yeah. Like, it's just, like look at the textures. It's bad. Like, really look. It just doesn't look good, in my honest opinion. It just doesn't. Here we go. Here's them all together. Like, look, Bruce Banner. He looks like a cock.
Because he is a cock.
Like, it's just, the character model for Bruce Banner is similar to Captain America. And he's similar to fucking Thor's. The facial model. Like, you look at the fucking nose. The noses are pretty much exactly the same. Like, my God.
Tell me, Nico, who hurt you?
Many people. Many people fucking hurt me. Right? Okay. Right. Now look at this. Right? Look at that. You cannot tell me that looks fucking good. You just can't.
It looks good, Nico.
Kiss my ass.
Rather not.
It's just, I don't see how people think that this is going to be good. Like, honestly, I think the character models, even in the cutscenes, are bad. You look at Tony Stark. He looks like the man from fucking Borneo. That's like what he looks like. He's supposed to be one of the richest men in the Marvel Universe. Can't get himself a fucking haircut. My God. And the beard, like, why? Like, okay, beard I'm fine with, but the hair. Why?
Dick Grayson from fucking Bulletstorm right there.
Oh, it's bad. I don't get how people think it's going to be great. I just don't. And one thing I'm going to say is that, you can't... Like, as I said, it's going to be generic. The enemies, your tasks in the game are going to be fucking the exact same thing over and over and over and over again. It's just the entire game is going to be boring. I'm saying it now. People may think it's going to be fucking great on the surface, but I guarantee you this, right? It may look good to you now, but wait till it fucking comes out. But I guarantee you that the graphics are going to be downgraded. I guarantee, even worse than they are now that I can see, right? The story is going to be very...
It's Square Enix. Square Enix doesn't downgrade. What are you on about?
Oh, yeah, bullshit. The game's going to be basic and generic. What's that clipping in the back?
Me cutting models off a sprue. Sorry.
When it comes to... And I guarantee you, the enemies are going to be very generic. The fucking activities and the tasks and stuff in the game are going to be the exact same and very repetitive. Honestly, I do not have any high hopes for it. At all. I very much do not have any high hopes for the game. I'm sorry, it's just my fucking point of view. But, Final Fantasy VII, they did announce that it's going to be in two episodes. Each episode's going to be about 30 hours long. Or 60 hours long. No, 60 hours long, sorry. So that's not a big problem. As long as if you buy the first episode, you get the second episode with it. Not this fucking, you have to spend $60 for this one, but if you want the finished product of the game, you have to spend another $60. No. Flat out, $60. That's it. No more money. As long as they do it that way, I'm fine with it. I know mega fans will fork out the money, but personally, I will not. As long as I'm assured...
As you can tell, guys, Nico's a cheap ass.
No. I personally don't want it. Honest with you.
Well, anyway.
I want the game, obviously, but I don't want that fucking model. I just don't want it to stick. It's just, what's the point in fucking spending $6 for the same fucking game to finish the game? Ridiculous. Final
We had to
Fantasy...
pay $60 to finish the fight. What are you on about?
Yeah. Finish the fight? What?
Halo 3. I'm going to finish the fight, sir. We had to pay for, Halo 3. So.
Again, though, that was a separate game altogether.
Well,
That was a separate game altogether.
What about Half-Life Part 1, Half-Life 2, Episode 1, 2, and the non-existent 3? They could have all been part of Half-Life 1.
Not necessarily. Again, Half-Life technically classed as a separate game. Which it is, technically. Half-Life 2 was brought out into two different episodes. Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2. I'm not a fan of that either. I think that's a very bad business model, and you shouldn't be forced to pay for fucking both. But then again, from memory, I don't think they costed $60 when they came out. Half-Life game. So, I don't know. You've got Dragon Quest as well. Dragon Quest Builders 2. I know some people are pretty happy about that, but I've never really played Dragon Quest, so I say Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC, Army, Last Remnant Remastered, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and Outriders, which kind of looks okay, and Romancing Saga 3 and Saga Scarlet Grey. I don't know most of these games. Say, like Kingdom Hearts 3, I haven't played yet, so I've got to. But yes, last conference to talk about Nintendo. Now, Nintendo actually didn't do half bad this year. Nintendo did a pretty good job this year. They announced a couple of new characters, a new character, sorry. coming to Smash Bros. Kind of looking forward to. I'm a pretty big fan of new Smash Bros. Games. I think they fucking knocked it out of the park. I was actually playing it when I was going into Sydney and on the back. I actually fucking quite love it. But they announced that what was it? A new sequel to Breath of the Wild. So it's going to be a direct sequel of Breath of the Wild, which I think is going to be pretty cool. I need to finish Breath of the Wild too. I'm about halfway through, and I think it's fucking amazing. But it'll be interesting to see how they're going to go with that. Have you played? Oh, you don't have a Switch, do you?
Not yet. Was waiting to find out if there was a new one going to come out at E3, which it didn't, guys. If anyone was wondering.
Oh, so there's two characters, but sorry, there's a Dragon Quest character, and Banjo-Kazooie is joining Super Smash Bros. I can't remember if you have to buy them or not. I hope not, because I would like to get them free, I suppose. But if not, I probably would buy them.
So you're part of the problem.
Fuck you. I wouldn't mind getting Joker from Persona 5 too. Oh yeah, they also talked about.
Oh yeah, because he's broken, isn't he?
Huh?
Isn't Joker from Persona 5 broken?
Apparently, I'm not sure. I haven't. I actually haven't played that character yet. Smash Bros. But what was it? Well, they did announce that the Persona Royal game, which actually is actually a DLC from 5, which I'm actually kind of interested to see how that's going to go. It actually doesn't look half bad. Then again, thank God they didn't spoil the ending of Persona 5. For me, anyway. Because I haven't quite finished it yet, and I need to finish it. I keep saying I need to finish Persona 5, and I haven't.
Joker gets killed by Batman.
Huh?
Joker gets killed by Batman.
Ah, funny. Luigi's Mansion 3, which
Another one?
Huh?
Was it 2? There was a 2?
Yeah, there was 2.
Oh fuck, okay.
Yeah, they were both very popular. So I'm actually kind of surprised it's taken them this long to bring 3 out. You got Seiken Densen. Not gonna fucking attempt that. Zelda Link's Awakening remake, which I think might be alright to pick up and give it a go. Fire Emblem Three Houses story. A lot of people like
Zelda's the main character, isn't he?
I will kill you.
Zelda's a girl, eh?
I'm gonna kill you.
Technically, the last one I said was wrong. Zelda's a girl.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you in your sleep.
Yeah.
Anyway, No More Heroes 3 has been announced for Nintendo Switch, which is kind of cool because the last 2 No More Heroes games were actually pretty. Daemon X Machina, Panzer Dragoon remake.
You know what? I want another Deus Ex. I'd love another continuation to the Deus Ex series. Maybe E3 next year.
And I kind of called this. A new Contra game is coming to Nintendo Switch. Seeing as though they brought out the collection of the Contra games recently, I did say back then that they might be making a new one. And sure enough, they are.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how.
Like, is it going to be like a third person, first person, or is it going to be like the same genre style?
Not 100% sure. But I guess we'll find out. A new Ultimate Alliance 3 trailer's coming out. New Ultimate Alliance trailer. Mario and Sonic at Olympic Games trailer. Trailer was just... Oh yeah, trailer was shown. Spyro Reignited. Trilogy is coming to Switch. Funny how these Sony titles are going. Nintendo's cadence of Hyrule releases on Switch soon. Animal Crossing for Switch delayed. Witcher 3 was announced for the Nintendo Switch, which I'm kind of interested to see what frame rate that's going to be playing at. Astral Chain gameplay.
What if it's going to add the nudity in it, or it's going to be censored?
Yeah. Pokemon Sword and Shield work with Pokeball Plus. Nintendo had a bit of a decent lineup this year. Xboxes, I think, when it comes to the conferences this year, Nintendo knocked it out of the park. Nintendo's conferences was very well done. Like some of the games that were announced and released, or are going to be released on the Nintendo Switch, is pretty good, and some of them I'm interested to see how they'll actually cope on the actual Switch console. Square Enix's was kind of dull. Ubisoft's could have been better. Devolver Digital's was just fun and wacky as always. EA's, yeah, right, okay.
It existed. It was a thing.
Yeah, it existed. It was a thing. Bethesda's was, well, could have been better. All they talked about was games that were already fucking announced. Apart from, I think, 1 or 2 games that they're bringing out, and that's it. And they didn't show any gameplay for them. Like, we're still waiting on fucking Starfield to be off. And Xbox's was pretty good as well. If I had to rank them, it'd be Nintendo, Xbox, Devolver Digital, Ubisoft. Sorry, no, I'll probably put you last. Square Enix, Bethesda, Ubisoft, and obviously ultimate last would be EA because fuck EA. EA's was just a cringe fest like it usually is every year. But yeah, one thing I would like to probably bring up that was talked about this year's E3 as well, that Shenmue 3 was going to be on the Epic Game Store.
Yeah.
That pissed a lot of fucking people off, and I actually understand and I completely agree why. Now, originally when the backers were first... Actually, no, hold on. I'll bring a better example. Right? There was another game that was announced on Kickstarter a while ago. I can't remember what it was. It got the funding and everything like that. And then they did a video announcing that they were actually not planning on putting it on like they originally promised. They were actually going to change it to Epic Games. But they said that they understand if anybody was upset or angry at the fact that they changed and were willing to give refunds. Their backers. Shenmue 3, on the other hand, which has had two different big game companies fucking back them, right, and have been given a huge lump sum of fucking money, right? Yeah. And they don't really need the fucking Kickstarter money. Turned around and said in their fucking Kickstarter when people were backing that it was going to be on Steam, then backpedal and turn around and say, no, we're not putting it on Steam no more, it's going on fucking Epic Game Store. People rightfully upset, saying that one of the reasons why they did pre-order, or that they did back the game, was so they can get a copy on the Steam store, right? And then after they announced it wasn't going to be a Steam store, people turned around and said, well, obviously we want refunds then. We don't want to back the game if we're not going to get our copy on Steam. They flat out and said no. So apparently some lawsuits are in the works at the moment. People are turning around saying that people are not happy with the fact that the Shenmue developers have just turned around and flat out said no refunds. And I do 100% agree with the fact that they're not that they want their refunds. And honestly, I'm actually backing them on this. Like it's like if you want to change your...
I'll be devil's advocate then. You are aware when you kickstart something, you're not necessarily going to get what you paid for, right? You are backing it to come into existence, not that you're going to get the game. It's not a pre-order.
No, but Kickstarter also has policies which state that if you have advertised something to go on a specific way and you change it halfway through the backing process, you have to offer refund. That's why there is lawsuits in place stating that the product that people were offered originally, they're not getting. it's actually a law. It's actually a lawful thing, not a Kickstarter thing. So by law, people should be able to sue them for their money back. No, I'm sorry that they have all rights to turn around and complain. I understand. Like, look, if you back a game, right? That they said they promised that, well, not promised, but they say that, look, we're going to do this, it's going to be this way and this and that, and the game does come out, and it's not exactly 100% the way you wanted it to be. Tough shit. But this is something very important that they showed off back when they first announced that the game was going to be coming out, and they screwed the fucking pooch, big time. So the least they could have done is offer refunds, but they didn't. So, honestly, I'm in all support of it. Like, as I said, like, I'm not hugely against Epic Games, as I've stated in the past. I'm not. But when stuff like this happens, where it affects pretty much everybody, that's when I have a problem. Because it's like, especially something like this that you originally marketed and originally, like the last time they updated the game on Steam was only a week ago. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, Epic Games just came in and just swept it up in a week.
Well, yeah. Well, they said they were going to keep doing this until Steam changes, and Steam hasn't changed. So
that's not the point, though, mate. Like, you're talking about.
It doesn't actually bother me. That's the problem. You're talking to someone who doesn't give a fuck where the game's based.
I don't either. But the problem is that you've got these companies that are promising these fucking things. Like, look, you look at Metro, at least, right? People that already pre-ordered on Metro, right? Pre-ordered the game on Steam, for Metro Exodus, still got their fucking code on.
But
Steam.
did they? But you couldn't pre-order Shenmue through Steam. It wasn't registered in the Steam system.
No, but you got it through Kickstarter, which is a separate fucking program which you have to actually go through.
But it doesn't save on the Steam system. Therefore, Steam can't say, okay, we'll honor these. You have to. I know what you're trying to say, but when it's a case of with Exodus, it was on the Steam store. It was being purchased. It was recorded. It had been done. It's in your inventory. It's in your library. It's done. Once a game is in your library, unless you ask for it to be removed, it will never move. I've got games that don't exist anymore on my Steam library. Okay, but on Kickstarter, you're just assuming you're going to get a Steam code.
You know, it's not assuming when they actually advertise the fact at a big E3 conference, and also on their actual storefront from day one that was going to be on Steam. Plus also
Can you let me fucking finish? You are assuming that the provider will give you that Steam code. But in the end, they didn't do it. And if they're not doing refunds, charge back on your credit card. Talk to PayPal. Talk to your credit card. You have those options. You've been frauded. You have those options through your financial institute. Not just Kickstarter.
Seeing as though that the Kickstarter has actually stopped, that they have stopped taking funding last 2 years, from 2 years ago, right? They actually can't no more.
Are they sure about that?
They are sure about that. That's why this has actually gone up in flames.
No.
This is one of the big issues. And the other thing is too, mate, is that it's a legal
Kickstarter.
It's an accident that, like, this is something that's actually they can actually be sued for.
Well, then they're going to get sued for it.
That's what I'm trying to get at. You know, it's like all the other stuff they couldn't get sued for because people already pre-ordered it on the Steam fucking store, right? So they still got their copy. Tough shit, right? If you didn't pre-order then, tough shit. You didn't get your fucking game.
But the thing is, Epic won't get sued for this. It will be the developers of Shenmue.
No, they will be technically put under this.
Why? It's the company, the developer of Shenmue broke their agreement with Kickstarter and no longer providing it. Kickstarter, and they got offered a deal through Epic. Epic gave the deal. Shenmue's developer agreed to it and removed it from Steam. Well, the ability to get it through Steam. They broke their agreement with the people who bought their keys when they kickstarted the game 2 or 3 years ago. They broke that agreement with them. Therefore, that's a problem with the customer through Kickstarter through to the Shenmue developer. It has nothing to do with Epic. Epic, I don't think Epic's going to get a quarter of this. If they do, not going to get a big deal out of it. The developer of Shenmue though, now they're in fucking hot water because they said you're going to get a Steam code. They've now said you're not going to get a Steam code. It's only going to be on Epic. Tough shit, no refunds.
Now that's where I have my problem. When it comes to Steam, right? Like as I said, like all the other times that they've done this, right, taken it off Steam, right? At least the people that are already pre-ordered on Steam were able to still get their code, right? When it came to this, originally was marketed as it was going to be on Steam. It was only going to be on Steam, and that was right. You're going to get Steam code. That's where I'm getting at, right? You like, and people were pre-ordering under that assumption, right?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I understand the problem going on here. I just think you're still going to get your game. It's just not going to be on the platform you like.
See,
it's not like it's a case of Xbox. You order the Xbox copy, and 2 weeks later, and you get the PlayStation copy or a Switch copy for a console you don't own. PC is PC. You're just fucking clicking on an exe, and it goes through a different launcher. Does it really inconvenience your life that much to have it running in the background? Really?
Well, no, that's not where I'm getting at. Like that side of the argument, I agree with you 100%. I just do. Right? It's just like I generally don't see the need. Like, yes, it is an inconvenience, but as well as too, if you want to play the game, if it's a good game, you'll go where the games are. Right? That's the same as me. I go where the games are. But that's the same as if, like the same sort of similar setup happened, right? Epic took you pre-ordered a game on Steam, right? Epic, the game developer takes the game straight from Steam, puts it straight on Epic Game Store, and just turns around and says, "No, you're not getting a game on Steam. You're getting a game on Epic code on Epic Games. Fuck ya." That's not okay. That's where I'm trying to get at. You pre-purchased the game on Steam originally. You should get that code for Steam or on Steam, right?
That's the thing. You didn't pre-order it on Steam. You pre-ordered it for Kickstarter, a crowdfunding source.
Again, they advertised it was going to be on Steam.
Yes, but you didn't do it through Steam. That's what I'm trying to say. I understand they pre-ordered it and it said you will get a Steam code. What I'm saying is, in the past, it was done through Steam. Therefore, they could keep the code. It would never hit Steam. It had a page, but they didn't have the option of pre-order.
No.
So, therefore, it technically wasn't really on Steam for purchase. You still get the game you purchased. It just won't be on the platform that you want. And when I say platform, it won't be on the launcher that you don't really look at anyway. You double-click an exe on your desktop.
But Kickstarter's rules also state that they haven't.
Well, then they're going to get a lawsuit, then, aren't they? And then they're going to learn, but then the game's just going to make money anyway because people still want to play Shenmue 2. That's the problem with all this. People will say they would boycott the game and do all this fucking shit, but they'll still fucking play it.
Well, yeah. And so the thing is, like one other argument that I honestly don't agree with is that,
like, if they said that Gears of War 6, right, the most hot game was coming out, was only going to be on fucking Switch, you'd fucking buy it on Switch after bitching about it. You wouldn't,
I'd bitch about it.
You wouldn't boycott that. You would fucking still buy it, and that's the problem. People still buy things. You need to vote with your fucking wallet.
Yeah, well, see, the other thing is, too, is that, like, people kept saying, like, the World War Z developer turned around and said, like, we hold all of our success to Epic Games. No. It's only for the fact of the matter is because you had a very good product, right, that people wanted to play. Reviewers ramped up and said it was good, which it is. I'm wrong.
Yeah, but that's just PR. That's just a game of semantics regarding fucking PR, dude. Like,
but like, you don't put your success on just a storefront that you put your game on, right? When it's just the main reason why your game is successful is for the simple fact that your game is good, right? It would be just as successful on Steam if it started on Steam as it is than if it started on fucking Epic. Because word of mouth would have gotten around, reviews would have gotten around saying that this was a fucking great game, people should pick it up. It would have sold well on fucking Steam as well. So it doesn't really matter. Like, you can't turn, like, the only reason why you're saying that is because Epic has probably turned around and said, could you please give us some good words, because people keep giving us shit words. And that's it. That's just it.
See, at the end of the day, Epic doesn't give a fuck. They make money off their Unreal Engine graphic engine, so they don't give a fuck what happens to the store, man. That's really just that's a fucking startup, but they decided to test with Fortnite money they didn't really, you know.
Well, yeah.
They made their money back from the development of Fortnite. They're just fucking sitting back, just chilling. They make more money. They make more money. They don't give a fuck about the people.
Well, all that's been said right now is the lawsuits are going after the Shenmue developers themselves and Deep Silver. So, because Deep Silver own the rights to Shenmue, so obviously you'd have to sue both parties.
Yeah.
So,
Epic won't get dragged into it. If anything, it'll just be taken off the Epic Store and put on Steam if it has to.
It depends on whether Epic Games Store fucking contract had that clause. This is another thing that doesn't get me right, is that Steam only has to have all they have to do is just change their contract.
Yeah.
Simple as fucking that.
Gaben just needs to stop masturbating to fucking, weird fucking hentai and playing with his knives and actually,
Because all he needs to say
fix his
is
shit.
that, right, if you sign this contract, right, if your game is on my store, right, shows as not even in a pre-order sense, but if it's up at, saying that's going to be on our store, right, it's going to come out on our store. You're more than welcome to put it on Epic Games if you like, or whatever like that. But if you sign this contract, it's on the it's on the Steam store, and that's where it's staying. Even if you want to turn around and say it stays on the Steam store for 5 years, right? Have some fucking leeway, right? So people are like, right, well, if we're not comfortable with Steam, we're seeing more profits on Epic, right? Okay, well, 20 years, maybe 5 years down the track, if we're not happy, we can pull out of Steam and just move everything over to fucking, move everything over to Epic Game Store, or vice versa, right? It doesn't matter, right? It's just all Steam needs to do is change their fucking contract. They change their contract, things will be fine. But anyway, after that yelling match, right? Okay, well, that has been E3 this week. Now, this has been a longer podcast, obviously, because there has been a lot to fucking talk about. But yeah, so what game specifically are you looking forward to that you've seen this week?
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk? Well, it's, I think, a big obvious for everyone at the moment. Definitely for me.
Pretty much just it, Cyberpunk.
Me would probably be some of the new characters that are coming to Smash. I'll definitely checking out at some point. Cyberpunk, obviously. Looking forward to Gears 5. Definitely, obviously. Halo Infinite. I'm really curious to see some sort of fucking actual gameplay, which would be great. If we can see some fucking gameplay, that'd be just awesome. Doom Eternal. Definitely hands down looking forward to. And there is Borderlands 3 looks pretty fucking decent. And you also got that other game that Bethesda showed off, which was that Groundhog Day sort of game again, which I've forgotten the name of it. That I'm sort of kind of interested to see how that will go. And I think that's really it. I think for me, it's quite a lot of games, but I'm interested to see how it's all going to go. And oh yeah, and The Witcher 3 on Switch. I'll see. It'll be interesting to see how the game will run on the Switch. Next week. Depending on what's going on, we might have to push next week back, or we might have to keep this week on. I've got to go down coast on Saturday. Myself and my partner are going to look at some houses. because we're planning on moving next couple of months. So podcast may or may not be on Thursday. If not, I will let everybody know on the Discord. If you guys haven't joined our Discord, the description below. Just again to let everybody know as well that is watching right now, we are now also streaming on YouTube. So we are streaming currently on YouTube and on Twitch, just to test the waters, see how things go, see what audiences we can bring, and see how things go, and just have a wider audience, I suppose. So yes, yeah. Anything else you want to talk
Not
about,
really.
Vesp? Not really. You want to get back to your Warhammer stuff, don't you?
No, I know. Just don't have anything to really talk about. E3 was pretty meh.
Yeah, it wasn't as good
They
as
didn't even really talk that much about. Oh, there's a new Elite controller for the Xbox. Apparently, it's been made to be better than it was.
Yeah, I'm not buying. I'm not
Yeah.
spending $300 on it. Oh, well, there's no point unless you're a pro player that plays like Gears of War or Halo or something like that professionally. Sure, but or even COD at least, like COD pros are on. So unless you're someone like that, then maybe, or unless you play fucking Xbox constantly, then maybe it might be okay for you. But honestly, I don't really see the need or the point to fucking buy an Elite controller. And even nowadays, you can buy fucking the Xbox games on PC these days. Which is what I'm going to be doing when it comes to Gears of War 5. Definitely. That'll be definitely a big purchase for myself. So, yes. That's really it for this week. Next week will be the same. We will be streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. So we'll see how this goes for the future. All right. Well, that'll be it from us this week. I hope you guys all have a lovely and safe week, and catch you guys all next week. See you later.
See you guys.